As a local lead generation agency, which I hope you are, that's why you would be watching this video, one of the things that you're going to learn is making money and having a long career where you make good profits and all that kind of stuff. It's all about figuring out one product that you can get and then resell that same thing over and over and over again. This video specifically is about several new ad templates that we're releasing to you guys, if you're an UpHex user, which you can start now reselling to your customers. What does that mean? That means if you're a local lead generation agency working with doctors, working with real estate agents, working with loan originators, any local business, and those customers want their own customers, of course they do, you simply plug into the templates that you'll see on this video. You plug into those, you plug into our tools, you can click them, boom, and those people will start getting leads right away. Who doesn't want more leads for their businesses? So check the video out, see the tools that we have for you to access, check out the templates that we release on this video. And if you're new here, like, subscribe, do all that cool stuff so you can see future template rollouts that we will push out every single week on this channel. Enjoy the video.
We're going to make it easier for everyone to get your own ad library. The whole premise of UpHex, not the whole, but a big premise, a big core like value proposition is have an ad library that you create once that works and that you can sell to customers over and over and over and over, right? Create it once and then sell it thousands of times. If you can do that, that's a business model that's a lot of fun to own, by the way.
Yeah.
Right? So Jacob, let's go.
All right. Yeah. And just to kind of play off of what you're saying, Sam. So one of the things that I have noticed a lot with people, part of the reason why they are hesitant necessarily to maybe branch out and do their own ad library is everybody always asks the question, how do I know this is a proven ad? Right.
Yeah.
Well, what you're going to have with the template library, plus what you're going to be getting access to shortly with our actual AI writer, is you can say with confidence, these campaigns will work. And if they don't work for whatever reason, we know with pinpoint accuracy what component isn't working and swap out the one thing that isn't working. So it's going to allow you guys to have a lot more confidence in saying, hey, this works. Because even just to kind of walk you guys through the process of what the AI is going to be doing, right? Just to give you a little bit of a lay of the land. So let's say you say, okay, look, I want in the Facebook ad library. I found a competitor that I want to, make a similar ad to. So I dump that competitor's ad into the UpHex AI writer. It doesn't do this yet, but it will be doing it here soon. What it's first going to do is it's going to convert that ad into basically our secret sauce. I'm not going to tell you all the details of it, but it's going to convert it into this secret sauce that the AI understands that will then be able to generate the rest of the components. Then what it's going to do is it's going to based off of a model that's been trained on all of the top performing lead generation headlines. It's going to take that base and it's going to create your headline. Then it's going to create your ad, your body copy. Then it's going to create your link description text. Then before it does that, it's then going to run out and it's going to get, hey, what's my predicted click-through rate doing this combination? If the click-through rate passes the sniff test, it can then move on to the next step. If it doesn't, it rewrites everything until it gets to at least a 1% click-through rate. Then it will go, okay, now I'm going to go write your lead gen form. Then it's going to do the same process. It's going to go through. It's been trained on all the top performing lead gen forms. And then it's going to run its prediction. It's going to say, hey, does this pass my conversion rate test? It does, great. If it doesn't, it's going to keep running itself until it gets to that 10% conversion rate. Then it's going to assemble everything together. Then it's going to run the whole template through a model that's going to check it for making sure all of the rules have been met, make sure everything is good, and it's going to give it a grade. Only grade A and grade B templates get passed. Everything below, it basically says, nope, try again, kicks it all the way back to the beginning and goes through. Then once that passes, then it's going to go and it's going to generate some base images for you. They're going to have no text. Unfortunately, AI really sucks at putting text on images still. I wish they were better, but you will get base images that you can then download, use Canva, throw some text on top of it, whatever. And it'll also give you the headline that you should use for those images if you do want to put text on them. And it'll basically say, hey, look, this template has a high likelihood of having a 1.2% click-through rate, a 12% conversion rate. It's a grade A template. Here you go, right?
Dude, this is crazy.
It takes a little bit longer, right? So if you're used to being able to jump onto Chat GPT and saying, write me a Facebook ad for blah, 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 enter, and then poof, something pops out. It's going to take minutes, right? So I know we've all gotten really, really impatient because AI has turned everything into seconds. So it'll take a few minutes for your template to be created, but it's going to run through all of these checks and balances first in order to make sure that what you're getting is a top performing template. And again, it's multiple models, right? So it's not like, again, another thing that a lot of people do is they'll just say, hey, write me a Facebook ad and give me a Facebook headline and a body copy and a description. Each one of those components in our system has its own individual model trained, and then it has its own checker trained, right? So it's not like, hey, we're just going to pop stuff in there and do it. Everything is checked over and over and over. And you're going to kind of see that here in just a second when we go through this. So just to kind of give you an idea why this tool is super exciting, why we are excited to give it out to you and go from there. So I do want to do this because we've got a small enough group. I think everybody, if you have a campaign that you want made, go ahead and kick it into the chat, because I do want to get a couple of these in here that you guys want. So I can show you both the research process that you can do for yourselves, and then when we can go ahead and dump that in there. So
we got movers, we got residential solar, we got yoga centers, dry eye patients.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I'm going to work with these first before we go into the stuff that we've already generated, which, by the way, we've got 600 templates that are already that are ready to go. We're obviously not going to go through all 600 today, but we've got a lot to go through, but I do want to get through your guys' stuff first. So let's start with movers, because I know, John, right? You're Big Line Media. Is that right? Yep. So I know John's been asking for more mover templates. So we're going to start off with that. So let me share my screen real fast. And I'm going to show you kind of my process that I would go through if I was saying, okay, I want to find top performing mover campaigns. Now, there's a couple of places that you can go to in order to do this. One is you can obviously do the Facebook ads library, which is a great resource for this kind of stuff. So we can look at movers here, right? We can kind of see what's running on the Facebook ad library. One of the things that I always do is I obviously want to make sure I'm only doing things in English. I also want to do things with images when we're doing this kind of stuff. I also want to make sure we're doing active. And then I just want to make sure that the date range that we're looking at is a month ago. And the reason why I like to do it at least a month ago, because what I'm telling Facebook with these parameters is, hey, I want you to tell me all of the ads that are active today on June 14th that were also active back in May, right? So basically I'm telling Facebook, I want to know things that people have been putting money behind for a while. So this gives you an idea. It's obviously not perfect, because sometimes people run ads and just like wasting money. That is a thing. I don't know why people do that, but some people do that. But at least it's going to surface what should be better performing stuff, right? And then I just kind of like going back in time. So I see there's a bunch here. We've got some that were launched back in April. We got some that were launched all the way back in February. So if we're running in February and they're still running here in June, probably a really good chance that these are good ads. They're working, right? So let's go ahead and let's take a look at some of these. Let's go with this one here. So let's go with the 509 Pack and Clean guys. So this is their landing page, right? Actually, that's a pretty good service offering that they've got going here. I'm not gonna, they pack and they pack, move, and clean your house. I do like the thought of that. So now here's going to be one of the cool things that's going to change for you guys. You're going to see this update come into the AI tools. So one, you're going to see the ability to just pop in any website, and then it'll be able to convert that into an ad. And that's because our AI model now can just basically take any data input and work with it, because we convert it into our own vector in order to actually make the AI work. So what's cool now is we could literally just dump, and I'm going to go ahead and put all this in here real fast. So we're going to do this as Big Lion Media. Go ahead and put this in here for you. And then I'm just going to, this is what we have on our end. So don't, you guys are going to have a much cleaner interface. So don't worry about that. And then I'm also going to just copy all of the text on their homepage here, right? That's their landing page. So, oh wait, that's because I have these filters on. Hold on. Let me clear the filter. There we go. And then let me move this just for our organizational purposes here. Templates in progress. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm also going to add to the end of this. We're going to do that input data here. So we got all that in there. I'm now going to go ahead and tell the AI, okay, go do your stuff. It's going to be really boring for the next few minutes. So now I'm going to move on to the next person's suggestion here, because it's not really gonna. So we got yoga centers. Okay, so let's do a yoga center. Let's change this up. So maybe instead of doing Facebook ad, maybe you want to base it off of Google, right? So I'm going to go here. I'm going to use SEMrush. You can also use other tools like Spyfoo or whatever. I'm going to go ahead and use SEMrush. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do here for advertising. I'm going to go ahead and get my ad history, and I'm going to do for yoga studio. Okay. So we got a few yoga studios in here. So this hotworks.net, right? So hot yoga. So let's go ahead and let's do these, right? So we're going to do this guy right here. So again, we'll just pop over here. So we're going to do yoga studio, and we're going to do hot yoga. And then I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And then let's go ahead and let's look at their landing page. And again, I don't need to care about anything really, except probably the app. I'm not going to put the app in there just because that's going to, we don't want to have competing offers inside of an ad. So again, I'm just going to put all that in there, and I'm going to say go. It's going to start doing its thing. All right, let's go to you. Who's the next one? There, I only have, I see dry eye patients.
The next is, so dry eye patients.
Okay.
Is Gary, and then dental. I didn't realize we were going to be building these things on the fly. I thought we were just going to take the ones that were already built and review them. This is interesting. I'll take this.
Let's do the same thing. So dry eye doctor. Let's go ahead and do that there. And then actually, let me do this. I'm going to do the keyword magic tool. Let's just see if I have a better keyword to work with more volume. Dry eye doctor near me. Yeah, better. Okay, so then we've got drdryeyes.com. So there's not really too much on Google for that, so we can go over here. The only thing that I worry about with dry eyes is you're probably going to get a lot of like drip products as opposed to a doctor. So we may want to do something more along the lines of like a just eye doctor.
Eye health, right? Eye health right there. Dry eye disease study. No insurance. That's a study.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Do you experience dry? Okay, this could work. All right, so same thing here. So we'll go ahead and put this in there. Go over to this. I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to go ahead and just copy all this.
As you're doing this, there's like, so just so you guys understand, what's happening in the background is not just us taking that template and copying it. What's happening is we take that template, that ad, cross-reference it across all of the data and stuff we have stored at UpHex from the last whatever months. And those things are cross-pollinating. And then they're adding in all of the best practices to the ad. So it's not like, oh, you just found a tool that can expected CTR 0.6. Okay. So now it's going to go back and do its thing. It's not like you just found a tool that is building swipe files and writing ads. It's way more robust.
Yeah. And you'll actually see here this flag. I mean, maybe you won't be able to see it, but you'll see this flag change to where it'll say something like, so right now it's writing the lead gen form. Then you'll actually see it change like lead gen form check, right? So it's running out and it's checking itself. Eventually you'll see one where it'll do the whole computer back check and everything. And you'll start seeing grades appear and all this other kind of stuff. So, and then we'll actually see what the output is, and then we'll let humans decide whether or not it was good enough. So, all right. So now we've got insurance, carrier leaving state. Mike, can you give me a little bit more context on that?
Carrier leaving the state.
Just real quickly, we have one of our insurance guys says, hey, we want to run an ad because one of the big giant insurance companies is leaving the state. And a lot of people are not finding out until their policies have actually expired. So I don't even know if that's possible to do something like that. So.
Sure it is. All right. So let's go insurance and carrier leaving the state. We're going to put that in there. So here's what we're going to do though. So I'm going to add, so go ahead and unmute yourself. Let's ask a few questions. And part of another tool that I've been working on is I've got everything's AI now, guys, right? AI is taking over the world. They're going to make all of us become their little underlings here soon. But in the meantime, we can have fun with it. I'm making an AI that will do basically this interview that I'm about to do with you, Mike. So for these custom experiences, we can get the right information, okay? So the first thing that we want to think about is who is the customer? So the problem that they're experiencing, in this case, their insurance is leaving their state. Now, are we talking their home insurance, their car insurance? What insurance specifically is leaving the state?
Home and auto.
So home and auto insurance. Let's see here. So let's say your current home and auto insurance company is leaving your state and you don't know what to do and how you will get coverage. All right. So tell me about their, what would they be emotionally feeling? What are some of the things that they're going through as a customer who they just got a letter from State Farm saying, hey, we're not renewing your home policy? Like what are they worried about? What are they thinking about?
Well, I think just from a consumer perspective, changing insurance and going through that process is as enjoyable as going to the dentist. There's so much information that you have to divulge, explain, go through. So there's some anger, there's some fear, there's some pissed offness, if that's even a word down here in Utah. Some fear as well, because as you read more about this, California, Florida, Texas, there's a lot of major carriers that are just pulling the plug saying, we don't want to deal with all these catastrophes and stuff.
A ton of inconvenience, right? Because it's kind of like, you're not sure, like you want to evaluate all your options, but you're like, dude, whoever gives me the first response, I'm going with them, kind of just for the hassle. That's good.
Exactly. That makes sense. And it's, cost effective.
Yeah. Look at that big line media. It's going through all of the steps. Like I've watched it change all these colors, expected click-through rate 1.2%. It's going through all these steps, like just as we're here doing this other stuff. This is crazy. This is pretty cool.
And if they can get their insurance replaced for less money, that's probably something.
Which another thing, you guys. So those of you in MVP, this is not an MVP switch or pitch, but those of you in MVP are going to get access to this as a B2B writer. So as you go through your MVP stuff, the ads that you're writing to get customers are going to be like that hesitancy to get leads for your agency will be gone. You'll have this, and you'll have all the stuff that we do in the first 3 weeks to input into this. So done. So Sorry, continue, Jay.
No, no problem. Okay, so now let's think about an offer. I'm assuming it's just basically going to be a free quote is kind of the idea here.
Yeah. Yeah. Just call us, give us your information and we'll circle back and give you a quote.
Get a hassle-free quote where we do all the work for you. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and kick that off into the ethers and let's see what happens. All right, that's always kind of the fun too when it comes to AI. It's like, okay, I mean, yes, we've done a ton of work in making sure that everything is high quality, but AI is AI. Sometimes it hallucinates. We're all still learning here, including our robot overlords. So this is why we always have as you notice, one of our steps internally before we send everything to the ad library is human check. We manually check each one to make sure that before we say, hey, we're putting this in our ad library, we put a set of real eyeballs on it first. And then the same thing happens, hopefully with you guys, when one generates for you personally, you guys read over it and, just blindly accept whatever comes out. Though you shouldn't really have any issues other than maybe some minor tweaks here and there that you have to worry about. All right, so now we've got pediatric chiropractor.
There's
Now with
we missed. We skipped solar, by the way.
okay. So for our solar, I don't see it. I think they messaged you personally on that one. For solar, what are we doing for solar?
Yeah, it's guess.
Residential solar. Okay. And are we connecting it to any kind of a federal program? What's kind of the pitch behind it?
State specific at all?
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I was curious how the AI was going to put it together. But yeah, we could do one for, I mean, every state is eligible for 30% federal tax credit. And New Jersey has some additional benefits.
If I were running a solar agency, can I just say, you guys, if I were doing a solar agency, I would niche down by state, and I would probably pick like the top 6 states and just hone in on those because of the specificity. Like you can have the exact same template, duplicate it for New Jersey, duplicate it for Florida, duplicate it for fill in the blank, and then create my ad library around the states. That's personally what I would do. I would not try and just go say, hey, I'm going to have a solar campaign for the country.
Oh, that absolutely makes sense, Sam, because every state has different pros and cons.
Yeah. And I would narrow in on how to build my agency around like just 6 of them, right? Dude, you could have a killer business. And especially, I would probably also do rev share in that particular model. Something I would look at doing it. Only because with UpHex, you can say, hey, we can run your ads for X, like a really piddly amount of money. Like we can run your ads for $750 a month and you do it instead of them. But for that price, we take a royalty per appointment we generate, not per lead, per appointment we generate, right? That's how that's the strategy I would take in solar. I've already thought about this only because a guy here locally in Boise said, hey dude, can you help me with my marketing? I'm like, bro, you got to pay me a royalty. I ain't doing jack crap if you don't pay me as you grow. Only because these guys are making a crap ton of money. So
yeah, there's a ton of money in solar.
So those who pay attention.
Okay. So this will be our pediatric chiropractor.
Who's asking about pediatric chiropractic, by the way? Who was that? Guest. Amy Lund. Oh, hi, Amy. We've done a lot of stuff in pediatric chiropractic. So I may have, well, we'll have to, could we run our pediatric chiropractic templates from Patient Stream through this machine, Jacob?
Yeah.
Message me over, or message the community in MVP, and that way Heather can tag Jacob and he'll run it through here. Not to say what he's doing right now isn't the same thing, but we'll give you the ones we've been using as well. And with pediatric chiropractic, what we found was the smartest strategy is the twofer. Go after the mom while she's pregnant, and then keep the mom and the baby after. Matt, what's Matt's last name? Ogle.
Yeah.
Matt Ogle. He's a friend of ours here in Boise. He has absolutely blown up his pediatric chiropractic campaign with that strategy. And I think he did like a specific pediatric massage.
He did,
Massage,
yep.
like, yeah. So massage, good price, and dude, I tell you what, you get a pregnant mom in, and you just treat them right, and they'll be great. All right, so this is
Okay, so this is our hot yoga. So
all right,
here's
so this
something
is
that we'll look
John.
at. So first off, it's got an expected click-through rate of 0.6% based off of the template, and the template got a B grade. So there are some adjustments that can be made to it. The images all got A grade, so that's good. Now, before we even look at this, this is what our system came back and said, hey, here's what you should probably adjust, right? And we can see, right? So when the human eyes look at it, we can, and you guys will get access to this too. When it pops in, it'll say, hey, by the way, here's some things to consider. So it says the template mostly follows best practices, but needs minor adjustments. It addresses the dream outcome, fitness and weight loss, has a compelling offer, free hot work session, uses urgency effectively, and has a clear call to action. However, it lacks social proof, detailed solutions to common objections, and could slightly improve the clarity of its messaging. Okay, so it's told us here's what it's got right, here's where there could be some room for improvement. So when we look at the ad, we'll be able to see, okay, what do we think that it needs those improvements based on how the ad is? And then if it does, how can we incorporate some of those things into there? It also tells us about the images as well, but that's we don't need to really look at those. So first off, here's our headlines, right? So we've got free hot work sessions, sweat more, burn more, breakthrough sessions on us, book now. First session free fitness trial, hurry, book now. First session free, book now. Okay, so all pretty solid in there. Then we've got ready to feel the burn. Now you'll see these little lines in here. This is on our end. All that basically means is that's a line break. That's computer code for line break. So when you actually get it in your template, it will have broken up lines, because I already know Sam's going to say it's just a giant block of text. That means line break.
I was just gonna say that.
So this is so the computer knows. All right, so ready to feel the burn. Discover the power of HotWorks infrared fitness session. Imagine shredding inches and building muscle faster than ever. No more boring workouts. Try something revolutionary. Here's your chance to experience a breakthrough workout without any commitment. Request your free class today and see real results. Click here to book your session and find your class near you. Your transformation starts now. So I'll let Sam start off with this if there's things that he would like to adjust. Also keeping in mind, the suggestion from the computer is it lacks social proof and doesn't have anything about objections in there.
It's funny because I was just okay. So in writing ads, the one thing you want to do is whenever you make a claim is back it up with proof. The claim Jacob made, or the ad made, was you can lose a bunch of weight with hot yoga, right? So I am literally Googling how much weight loss can you expect with hot yoga. And isn't this John's? Okay, according to the study, okay, beautiful. Okay, according to the study, on average, men burn around 460 calories and women burn 330 calories per hot yoga session. That to me is proof. Okay, so come back to the Zoom meeting. All right, so me as a copywriter, imagine shedding inches and building muscle faster than ever. I would put underneath that. In fact, research shows that men burn 400, what did I say? 460 calories and women burn 330 calories per hot yoga session.
How many calories for men?
460.
How much do women burn?
330.
There you go.
And the only other thing I would do as a UpHex template, the only other thing I would do is I would put in the template, custom value, place, so bracket. Can we do bracket on this?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, city name, thank you. Bracket at the end, and I would say customer testimonial, and just paste in customer testimonial sentence. That way the ad, either the media buyer or the customer is prompted to put in that social proof.
Yeah, there we go.
Is sentence spelled right? I don't
think so. I think I'm sentencing people to prison is what I'm doing, but
Okay.
whatever.
There you go. Oh,
Okay. Yeah. All right. I know how to spell sentence.
Okay. So to me, that ad is a winner. And it's funny because once again, you guys remember, like whenever you almost have to train yourself to think, did I make a claim? Did I make a promise? If you say, I don't remember what the thing said. It's like, come shed inches, whatever.
Yep.
That
Imagine
sounds,
shedding inches and building muscle faster than ever.
yeah, that's like very cliche speech. But if you back it up with like something where it's like, hey, research shows, or FDA approved, or trusted by doctors everywhere, or whatever, like that kind of thing, proof element, right?
Yep.
This is easy to do. And this is one of the things we want to be doing on Friday. This is why this is fun for me. It's like, okay, sweet. Roll out, dude, it literally did 99% of the work. We needed one little Google search and that's it.
Yep. And the thing is too, is because, and I can actually, now that I'm seeing this, I should actually create like best practice checklists so that way everybody knows. If you had included that stat in the initial information provided,
Yeah.
it would have put it in there right from the get-go as well, right? So it's all about giving it the right pieces of information. So I think what I'll do too is I'll create like a best practices checklist. That way, when you're inputting your data points, it's like, hey, make sure these are in there. But then, so let's just go through the rest of it just to be sure, right? So then the Facebook Messenger. So if you are doing a Facebook Messenger campaign, here's that initial message. Feeling drained and struggling to stay fit? Try HotWorks and our 24/7 infrared sauna workout. Fits any schedule. Reply with your email or phone number to book your free session today. Straightforward, perfect. Greeting title, unlock your free workout session today. Feel the change. Congratulations on taking the first step towards a healthier you. At HotWorks, our innovative workouts are tailored for busy lives. Get fit and feel great with minimal time commitment. Don't wait. Book your free session now and see real results fast. Hurry, only a few spots left. Click next to begin your fitness. So it's got the urgency and scarcity in there. It's nailed all those components. And then the rest of this, submit your information for a free HotWorks infrared session and transform your fitness journey today. Thank you. Your fitness awaits. Thank you for submitting for information. Your request for complimentary HotWorks session has been received. One of our team members will contact you shortly to schedule a free class and discuss your fitness goals. We appreciate your interest in our unique infrared sauna workouts designed by busy. Anyways, blah, 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 blah. The whole thing is good except for that one line that we had to change. So I will gladly.
And it got to be great. It got to be grade.
And
so
it got to
we
be
knew
great.
we're going to have to do that anyway.
Yep, exactly. So, and then, so now that we have that, this is literally all I have to do now is I just need to say, send to UpHex. And then away it will go into the ad library. It'll take another minute because it does one more check against everything. And then it'll
Hold on. You don't have to copy and paste this into the ad library?
No.
Boom.
Yeah, no, it's all done.
So Big Lion, that will be in the library.
All right, so let's
Couple
look here.
minutes.
So Big Lion also got a B. So let's take a look at what it says here. Now, again, the other thing that we did this time around too, to keep in mind, is we just basically, we flew out there, we went onto Facebook, we literally just copied and pasted a website. So the other thing that this tells you too, when it gives you, hey, you need to maybe make some of these changes, it also tells you the source material needs those same changes too, right? Because we copied the landing page for these movers, and it says the marketing templates effectively highlights the problem of moving related stress and offers a tangible immediate benefit, $20 off to address this pain point. The ad is visually engaging with emojis and uses effective call to actions. However, minor adjustments are needed for clarity and to enhance the messaging's emotional appeal, right? So the thing too is, let's say you've got a client who they come to you and they say, hey, here's a landing page on my ad or my website, and I want to run ads to it. And you get this back from our AI writer that says, hey, you need to improve your clarity, enhance the messaging's emotional appeal. That also tells you that their landing page needs the same thing done to it, right? So now you as a marketer can go back to them and say, hey, so we've got your campaign built for you, but we did notice that your landing page kind of lacks some clarity and needs some more emotional appeal added to it. You know, for an extra blah, blah, blah dollars, we can go in and we can rework that landing page for you, right? So it's going to allow you to kind of open up to a lot of other things as well. All right, so let's go ahead and
That's a ton of copy.
that is something hallucinated. See, this is why. So this is what happens with Zapier. So our internal tool I had to build with Zapier. You guys' tool is all being built with developers. And so with Zapier, I have to basically take the code that the developers are used to getting and then feed it into Zapier and then tell Zapier, hey, here's the breakup of everything. So this right here, I guarantee you is just, yeah, that's just hallucination right there. Okay. So $20 off moving and cleaning, $20 off moving service, $20 off moving help. Okay. Moving soon, stress about the mess. Our expert team makes it easy to get $20 off today and enjoy a hassle-free move and spotless cleanup. Imagine walking into a new home without lifting a finger. Don't miss out. Limited time offer. Book now and save. What do you think, Sam?
$20 doesn't seem like much of a motivator to me.
I would agree. That would be the only thing I would change, honestly, is just the amount of money off, right? Now, granted, they got that from the landing page. So the landing page was only offering a $20 discount. So, I mean, it is what that is. But I agree. I think $20 off is not that great. I would maybe do like a 10% off or
Rule of 100.
Yeah.
Right. Rule of 100. If the savings are over $100, you express it as $1. If the savings are less in like actual bank account money, then you express it in a percentage.
Yep.
So another checklist.
So let's do 10% off for these.
I'd do 20%.
Okay, 20% off.
And I guess the big, I mean, okay. So if I were in this niche, this is like when you look in the UpHex Ads library, this is why we tell you guys to like niche into every single thing. I would be like, okay, well, what is the average mover charging? I knew what chiropractors were making. The ones that would become my customers, if they didn't average $1,500 on a case fee, I would not accept them as customers. Okay. Because my math and all the stuff made sense right there. And that was also what expressed to me that they were one of the things that expressed to me that they were good. Right. So in moving, geez, I can't imagine that.
My guy said he averages $700-800 per job.
Okay. So I would say
Some of these
claim your
things
$100 voucher, right?
Mhm.
Claim your $100 voucher. And, you know, you get all the different things like Jacob said, it was cool because they itemized the different things that you get, like cleaning, all that kind of stuff. And then bump your prices up by $100.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah, $100 bill is a good gift for anybody that is looking to move, something along those lines, right?
That actually would be. Sorry, now that actually would be a pretty cool ad angle where it's like we will give you $100 if you like
Yeah,
get a free quote with us. If you decide to move with us, we will like here is a physical $100 bill being handed back to you.
yeah,
That would be pretty fun. I
Yeah.
would take that.
agreed.
All right, so let's go ahead and put these in here. Just
You guys, how cool is this? Who thinks this is freaking dope? Yes.
I second the mad scientist title.
Yes, the mad scientist, indeed. There was a guest, and while you're doing this, Jacob, what I would like to know is what are the ROI stats? Can we put that into an ad? So ROI on lead gen, we don't ever do that. That's a no-no. Right? ROI on e-commerce, those are products, right? And so you can track the sales all the way down the funnel, and you can control those sales all the way down the funnel. With lead generation, the baton gets passed to a person, and all people are different inputs, right? And so if you sell an ROI, one, you can get in trouble for it. Like you can't do that. And there are people that do it, and then they throw out these weird little conditions and all this kind of stuff. But you don't want to get talking about ROI, because I can give, for example, I mean, this is just common sense. I can give 100 leads to John, to John, and then 100 leads to Doru. Am I saying that, Doru? Am I saying that right?
Yes, he's right.
Okay. I can give each of them 100 leads, and it could be the exact same campaign, and they can get way different ROI. Let's say Doru is like a killer salesperson, awesome follow-up, all that stuff. He does everything right. His case fees are 3 times as much. Well, he's going to make more than John, but that's not on me, right? So there are ways to position it. And even who asked that, by the way? It says guest. It's very hard for me to know who you are, like sometimes. Anyway, so just, you want to play the game with ethics as well. And if you tell people that, they actually appreciate it. Because I will have had like customers come to me and say, what kind of ROI? And I have to say, it's a great question. Let me ask you this question. If I send you 100 leads, and then your rival down the street, 100 leads, are you guys going to get the same ROI, even if it's the exact same campaign? They'll say, well, probably not. They'll say, well, why not? And they can figure it out themselves. Now, I would say our average clinic makes whatever, right? I can do those kind of things. But just so you guys know, like you want to just be transparent and honest with people when you're doing this stuff. And ROI is a conflated term that gets, again, all internet marketing gets like globbed into one. Lead generation, we don't talk about ROI like that. Now we can talk about case studies where people have gotten ROI, as long as we're transparent, we talk about all the different things. But like when people talk about ROI, usually that's an e-commerce campaign where they can track attribution all the way down the sales funnel. Does that make sense, guys?
Yep.
Great.
All right, let's do these last two here, Sam. And then the rest of you guys will get all of these other ones, your dry eye, your pediatrics, your insurance. We'll get those loaded in and we'll let you guys know. All right, so this is our HVAC one. So you got 10% off AC repairs. I didn't know exactly what you were looking for, so I just kind of grabbed one. So we've got the 10% off AC repairs, beat the heat, 10% off AC repair savings, book now, air conditioning special limited, free AC consult and savings, and then sweating through the summer. Don't let a broken AC ruin your day. Our expert technicians are here to get your AC back up and running fast. Enjoy a cool, comfortable home again in our quick and reliable service. And for a limited time, get 10% off on all AC repairs. Call now and book your appointment and chill out ASAP. What are your thoughts, Sam? And actually, before you
Yeah.
give me your thoughts, let me tell you what the computer's thoughts were.
Hmm.
So the computer said the template effectively captures attention with emojis and offers a clear benefit, 10% off AC repairs. However, it needs minor adjustments for improved readability and urgency. Calls to action could be stronger, and testimonials or additional social proof would enhance credibility.
Okay. I do think that the actual offer is a problem here. Once again, 10% off. I think 10%, like people know, I mean, I don't know how much are AC repairs, because in there, here's the problem.
Varies. The problem with AC repairs is it varies. If you're just having to do a free on recharge is completely different from you have to get a whole new motor or a whole new condensing unit. So
Yeah, see, for me, it's like this one in particular, I would be selling the thing that sells the thing, right? So 10% off repairs, because it does vary so much, I wouldn't necessarily be like the benefit wouldn't be AC repairs. I would be doing something like 24-hour AC. Like basically we'll show up in 24 hours and we'll give you a diagnostic for $100, something like that. Right? $50 any service, 24-hour AC repair. Okay, I go on that one.
yeah, let's get a new one going. So this one's just $50 off any, and then we're available 24/7.
Because, and by the way, this is kind of like timely for me because it's getting hot here in Boise, and we have two ACs. Our AC upstairs stopped working. And so I'm like sweating my butt off. I'm like, Morgan, that's my wife. I'm like, Morgan, we got to get somebody in here. And getting people in the summertime. So I would make this a summer ad, obviously.
Mhm.
It'd be like, hey, get somebody in fast. That to me is the core benefit. And what would I want? Frozen evaporator. Let's see, what would I want to see in terms of? So they're offering $50 off. Go to
This one's offering $50 off. This one's claim to fame is 24-hour emergency repair.
Okay. Let's try a couple more, see if somebody's got anything more tangible in terms of like deliverable. Boise AC emergency. Go that A1, they're a well-known brand here.
Oh, there we are.
They're a well-known brand here. They're probably not offering anything because they are a well-known brand. That's one of the things you get with branding. Fast and friendly service, professional AC repair. Let's see here.
Yeah, this one wouldn't work really well for an ad.
No.
And the reason why is, and this is what we're hunting for, guys. We're hunting for
Specials. What does specials say?
this. That's their 50. That's this right here, $50 off.
No, but you see the very top where it says specials, plural. There's a tab. The very top on the menu bar.
Mhm.
To the right.
I'm in the page right here.
Right there. Financing your repairs. I would probably have another one for financing, right? Okay. Okay, here we go. Any service, all access members club, any.
I honestly would say, because here's the thing, right? Because if we're talking a Facebook ad, and this is something that I talk about in my Google classes. So for Facebook, people are not going to Facebook to find their emergency repair. They're going, like, this has to be a passive thing. So something like, hey, get a coupon for $200 off a future repair is what you want for a Facebook ad. On
Scroll
Google,
down.
you want to be like, hey, 24-hour emergency repair, because people don't care when it's in this passive mode on Facebook.
Yeah.
So you want to do more of a coupon type of a deal when it comes to Facebook.
Scroll down real quick. See, so I could, okay, all access club, free service.
Could also do this all access club. That could be, I've been seeing those more and more too, is these all access club stuff.
Yeah, like something like that I would run with. Now where I do think that this would work is, again, coming into summer, right? So May and June, I could see running a template, a May and June template.
Let's do this. Can I open? Dang it. Why do they I hate it when people do that? Just let me expand all accordions. But all right, let's just do the main part here. All right, so let's do a new one and let's focus on the HVAC all access pass. Let's do that one instead, because I think that is a better offer for Facebook in general anyways. So we'll come back to this HVAC one here. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get rid of this altogether. And let's look at our solar one now. All right, so save on utility bills with solar energy. And this is one of the things I will say, guys, it's kind of tough with solar is everybody knows the benefits now. Everybody knows the they know the drill. They know,
which is why you got to go state specific. Which
Yeah,
is
so-
why you got to go state specific, because the people who are in the interested but pre-aware stages, they don't know what the benefits, like I don't know what the benefits of doing it in Idaho are. I don't know what the programs are. That's why that's what you lead with.
Yeah.
Right. So
we take this as
finances-
kind of a generic solar, right? So we're not going to be too nitpicky on that part, but we take it as a generic solar. So here's what we got: save on utility bills with solar energy. Your electric bill draining your wallet. In this case, they were focusing on Connecticut, but what I can do, I'll go ahead and put in here state.name. Homeowners are slashing their utility costs and helping the environment with solar energy. Imagine saving hundreds each year and contributing to a greener future. Join the movement today and transform your home into an energy efficient powerhouse. Tap below to start your solar journey, and then save with solar plus roof. Tired of rising utility costs? Save money and the planet with solar plus roof at no upfront cost for immediate savings. Reply with your email or phone number.
Who was the person who asked for this? That might have been
was me.
Mike. Oh, so go ahead.
Yeah, it's Craig.
Craig, can you give me one state?
Yeah,
and
New
like
Jersey.
one, okay, so New Jersey. And then what are like 3 benefit bullet points about getting solar in New Jersey?
3. I mean, they're definitely like pay aggressively. They pay $85 per 1,000 kilowatt hours generated. It's
What does that mean to a dumb person?
it means you're probably going to get like $1,000 a year.
What is the what's the typical utility bill for a home in New Jersey? You see what I'm doing here? Like so you have to demonstrate value. Okay. And what demonstrate means, you guys remember, like, nobody wants to be educated, they want to be informed. Remember when I wrote that in the Facebook group last week?
Yep.
This is an example of that. So we're talking about, so for example, in copy, what I would say was the typical utility bill in New Jersey is X amount of dollars per year. New Jersey solar credits this. That way I compare the two things. I'm informing that person. I gave them a very simple way to apply that information. And that's why I would go by state. So I could go, here's looking to do solar in New Jersey. Here's what you need to know. And all the stuff that they Google search, right? All of the things that they Google search, that's the information. And then I would say, if you start this month, we'll give you a voucher for blah. So you get the information and then there's a call to action to take the action. If that makes sense.
Perfect sense. Do you ever recommend doing video ads? I never really hear you guys talk about video ads.
I'll let Jacob talk.
Yeah, so video ads work. The reason why we don't recommend them, like, it's not that we don't recommend them, we don't talk about them, is there's video ads and then there's doing them right. Okay, so it's really easy to go onto Fiverr and say, hey, make me a video ad, right? And it's basically a slideshow. Those don't convert, right? When people want a video ad, they want either one of 2 types of videos. They want a production video right? Where you can tell that it was professionally produced, they did well with it, or they want what's called a UGC ad. It's user generated content. And those you can go to Fiverr, you can do those types of things, you can get user generated content, but those are the two ones that you typically go with, and they're more expensive to produce, right? A professionally produced ad is going to cost you anywhere between, at a bare minimum, like $500 up to a couple $1,000s, right? And then a UGC ad is probably going to run you anywhere between $200 to $500 to be made. So
what do you think about like a Billie Jean, his marketing style ad where it's just me on camera, like, hey, New Jersey, like you're looking
So
at
it works
solar.
for Billie Jean because the people that Billie Jean is advertising to know who Billie Jean is, right? If it's just a Joe Schmo who's sitting there, right, doing a Billie Jean style ad saying, "Hey, New Jersey, do you want to get your people?" Skip, right? They won't care, right? Because they have no connect. Now, again, and this is where the branding that Sam had mentioned a little bit before. If you found like the local news person in New Jersey that everybody recognized and they were the ones doing it, completely different story, right? That's why these spokespeople get paid really big money, because they have that immediate recognition. So people stop and pay attention to them versus the Joe Schmo, right? So that's where you've either got to go professionally produced content or you got to go UGC style for those types of things.
Incredible answer. Thank you so much.
Yep. So in that vein, that's why we typically go with images, because images you can control, right? And they're not that far off conversion rate wise from video ads anyways, right? Like,
I told somebody in our last, in a meeting we did where we were doing ads, and he had an ad that he wanted me to critique. And he had a big block of copy and then a video and then all this stuff. I said, let's watch the video. This guy was really good on video. And I'm like, okay, stop. Do one line of copy and you can do the video. Right? He's like, why not? Why not any copy? I'm like, the copy is if you got really crappy video. Right? So people can see the main clarity of your message and your offer in the copy. Now, conversely, had he been bad on video, what would I have said? I would have said, put an image there and then just write out what you're doing. Right? So some of this is just practical. Like this guy was very engaging on video. I'm like, dude, you're like really dynamic and you like, and his production value was good. His lighting in his studio was good. And I'm like, dude, you're great on video. Like just go with that. So I think many times there's not like, it's practicality, right? It's not like, oh, this is the way. No, the way is, are the ideas coming from you to them in a clear way? And if you're not clear as a person, if you're not articulate as a person, then do it in words. Like one of the things that kind of not gripes me, but I wish I was better at, like I see Alex Hormozy on camera talking about stuff in Lead Gen. Well, Lead Gen is my space. I mean, Jacob and I have been breathing, sleeping Lead Gen for over a decade. We know a ton about it. And I learned plenty from other people. Didn't learn that much from some of the things in his book. In fact, I was like, dude, this is the stuff I've been talking about for forever. Like the different offer types he has in his ads. I'm like, I call them self-discovery offers. He calls them something else, right? But he's way more articulate than I am. Way more. So, if you put me against him, I don't feel like I can do as well. But if I get on a piece of paper, I can write an ad that says the same things he's saying, I'll get the same message across, right? So if I'm going head to head with that guy, if we had like competing offer, which we don't, hey, Alex, if your team sees this, UpHex is doing awesome. Your investment manager loves what we're doing, so we can have a talk. Anyway, but point is, it's just practical. Like, what are you good at? The reason the UpHex library is only pictures is because, dude, they work. No matter what, it works. Can video work too? Sure. But if you're good, but text, images always work.
Thanks again.
All right. Jacob, I got 5 minutes and then I gotta bounce out of here.
All right, well, let's do one of these up here then, real quick. So let's do this guy here. Actually, let's not do this guy. Let's do, I want to do food because it's lunchtime. All right.
This is not great.
All right, so we got $10 off craft pizza, gourmet pizza, $5 midday offer, text for $10 off craft pizza, $10 off fusion flavored pizza. So we're kind of testing out different headlines here. Craving unique, delicious food? Discover our fusion flavored craft pizza, a foodie's dream. Enjoy $10 off your first order and dive into innovative flavors that elevate your dining experience. Perfect for unwinding with friends. Our pizzas are crafted with the finest ingredients, guaranteed each bite is a delight. Regular prices start at $15, but with your discount, enjoy as low as $5. Don't miss out. Claim your gift today and taste the best pizza in town. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Okay. So my change to this, with this kind of stuff, I like giving vouchers only because the delivery mechanism of like retail restaurants and things like this, the things that I see my wife like getting after. It's like, I mean, my wife, love her to death. She has like a little zip pouch of coupons and vouchers in her car. She's like, wait, hold on, I got a coupon. Right. So for me, the call to action, the thing that I want them to do is to claim a voucher or a coupon. So it could be $10 off, but I would say $10 off voucher for craft pizza, like $10 voucher, right? $10 voucher for craft pizza. I'd take the off because it's, I mean, voucher implies off.
Yeah.
Right. That would be my only real thing. Enjoy $10 voucher for your first order and dive. I wouldn't even say first order, right?
Well, it's in there because you've got the legal stuff that you got to, terms and conditions apply.
Right. Okay. $10 off your $10 voucher for your first order and dive into innovative flavors that elevate your dining experience. Sounds like a fancy restaurant. Like this is pizza that dive into
craft pizza.
Yeah. Well, craft, like the best ingredients, so that's what I think about. When I hear the craft, the best ingredients and the best oven in town, right? Something along those lines.
Okay.
And by the way, if I was doing this, I would do it by pizza type too. So this is when we start getting, remember how I said like by state? Well, is it a brick oven? Is it a coal fire? Is it, is it deep dish? Like I would do these different things. And yes, you can absolutely have an entire agency around pizza.
Yep.
Just so
and that's the thing too, that a lot of people miss when they're putting together their template library is they don't get specific enough in some of these campaigns, right? Like there's some things that are going to be generic, right? It'll be a given as far as a generic, but something like you just said with this pizza, or that we talked about with the solar, right? You could have an entire library that all you're swapping between is the different solar programs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And so what you can end up having is the base, and this is why we built UpHex with templates. You can have the base copy, and then now, right, and then you just have the one thing that you change. So craving unique. So you said brick oven, right? So let's say craving unique brick oven pizza.
Yep.
And then you can just change brick oven to oven.type.
Yeah. Coal fire.
Now they can say brick oven,
So
coal fired.
I'm going to Boston next week. I'm going to try my first coal fire pizza. I'm super excited.
There you go. So these are the things, guys, though, when you are creating your templates, to think about, like, how can I call out specific stuff, right? And then that's going to completely change results, because in Boston, right, maybe coal fired is the thing and brick ovens aren't the thing. Maybe New York style, right? or you've got the deep dish or whatever. Like every region's going to have their preference, and now you're going to give your clients the ability to be that regional preference, and all you have to do is throw in a custom value, right? Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, I know you said you had to get going, so let's go ahead and let's wrap this one up here. So it's craft pizza for $5. Hey, first name, craving unique, delicious food that fits your busy lifestyle. Try our fusion flavored craft pizza with $10 off your first order. Savor gourmet flavors and unwind with friends. Ready to indulge. Reply with your email to claim your gift. Greeting title, unlock $10 off your first fusion flavored craft pizza order. Hey, foodie, craving something unique and delicious but tight on time. Discover our fusion flavored craft pizza, an exclusive $10 off first order. Ideal for relaxing nights with friends and tasting new and exciting flavors. Don't miss out. This offer is available for a limited time. Click get my discount now and transform your dining experience. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Probably wouldn't do this part right here. That line's kind of dumb to me. And then this is the question description that's basically explains the terms and conditions, completion body. Thank you for submitting your information. We received your details and are excited to offer you $10 off your first order. One of our team members will reach out shortly with the details via text. We appreciate your interest in blah, blah, blah. So there we go.
Awesome. So in terms of next steps, how many we're going to release some of the templates into the ads library today? Do we already have them released into the ads library, Jacob?
Not yet. We're going to go through them. And you're going to start seeing them. You're going to start seeing the ads library fill out really quick though.
Okay. So we will put those in today. You guys, in the future, what this means are if you want to build your ad library out, you're going to have the tools. Our team is still going to be offering paid templates, but we'll just be able to pump them out a lot better and a lot faster. And they're just going to work a lot better. You know, he has 600 templates that we could release. We're not releasing all 600 of them. And simply because it's like, well, it's like if you go to Cheesecake Factory and there's a bajillion things on the menu, it's like, well, what do I get? So we don't want you guys to have analysis paralysis. We want you to have the best templates to roll out with, right? And we will convert these meetings here today that we're doing into reviewing those and into like a checklist, like a nuance checklist. So, hey, you get them into yours, you know what you're looking at, right? And it's not just, if I had something like this back in the day, Jacob and I, we could have gotten our entire library and everything refined in a matter of days/weeks, as opposed to years, like literally years. So this is a really cool thing. We can start, you know, giving you guys more things and then informing you and teaching you as we go, which will just help you make more money, help you get more customers, help you feel more confident in the outcomes you're doing. So